What's 30 guys, my name is Arnimane, and welcome to another episode of my top 5. If you missed any of the previous episodes, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist, and you can watch whatever ones that you have missed before. And of course, I'm always open to your suggestions for future episodes of my top 5. All you have to do is let me know what that suggestion is down in the comment section below, and I'll add it to my ever-growing list of top 5 ideas. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be doing something a little different to help determine next week's episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And this week's episode is not brought to you by, not suggested by any of you guys. This is one that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And what this episode is going to be, my top 5 favorite Pokemon. This is covering all generations, even except for the one that hasn't come out yet, obviously, which is Generation 6, I believe, X and Y. So Generation 1 through 5, and I know a lot of you guys are probably like, Pokemon's game, blah, 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 but, I enjoy the show somewhat, and I do really enjoy the video game itself, the Game Boy game, the DS game, and that's because I enjoy RPG games, and that's exactly what Pokemon is. The only difference really is that, I find that the Pokemon games have a lot of replayability, and you get to share and trade Pokemon with your friends, and I find that to be really fun, and just more or less the journey along the way in these games are really fun. However, the Pokemon that's going to be on my list isn't really based on the game itself. These Pokemon, I didn't choose this list based on stats or how good they are in competitive play and all that stuff. It's more or less Pokemon I've chosen based on the TV show, the way that these Pokemon acted within the TV show, and that kind of thing. Not so much, like I said, their power or how good they are in competitive play and all that stuff. It's more or less their character, the way they look within the show. So anyways, without further ado, let's move on to our list. Coming in at number 5 is Bulbasaur. Now, Bulbasaur is from the first generation of Pokemon. That's red, blue, and green. In case you guys didn't know, it was red and green in Japan, I believe, and then in North America they did red and blue. But Bulbasaur is one of the starter Pokemon, which is actually kind of funny for it being one of my favorites, because a lot of people don't like the grass starter Pokemon just because sometimes they look ugly, they're not very strong, they're hard to train in the video games and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't want to put the time or effort into training the grass type Pokemon, because like I said, they have like more weaknesses than they do strength, more or less. But I in terms of like Bulbasaur, like I fell in love with him. Like this, okay, Bulbasaur was like my very first favorite Pokemon ever. Like while everyone was leveling up on Pikachu and Charmander and all those other cute Pokemon, I don't know what it is. It just something about him having like a dinosaur look to him kind of really drew me into him, because I was younger and I enjoyed learning about dinosaurs or the history of dinosaurs and what things that we're finding today about dinosaurs. I enjoyed that. I was a dino nerd, to put it bluntly. And to me, he has that kind of dinosaur-ish look, more or less. And that's why I really liked Bulbasaur. Not only that, but like in the show, I found he's very cute with the bulb on the back of his back, and his voice, well, had like that tough, like go get him attitude, but still at the same time it was really cute. I wasn't that much of a fan of his evolutions. Well, Ivysaur was kind of cute too, but Venusaur I was just like, that's too much for me. I guess you could say I'm one of those like cute or badass looking Pokemon, not trainers, not one of those guys that I like to get everything that's ugly. I don't know, but anyways, but the main reason why I liked him is I still like him. Like he's still on my favorite. It's because just the nostalgia reason. He's my first Pokemon that I ever truly fell in love with, which sounds really gay when you think about it. That's pretty much it. But so let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is Snivy. Snivy is from the 5th generation of Pokemon, and of course is the grass starter that Professor Juniper gives you in the games. I'm pretty sure in the show as well. And of course it is another grass type Pokemon, and another grass type Pokemon starter that is always overlooked, but I find this one to be my favorite of the 3 starters. And again, going solely based on the show, not so much the stats, because of course, me playing the game every now and then, my superior, which is the final evolution of Snivy, is not up to par with my other parties. So I'm basing my opinion of Snivy on the show itself, and Snivy in the show is just a badass. She's always kicking ass, taking names, and always outthinking all of the other Pokemon that is on Ash's team, and that's basically why I love Snivy so much. It's kind of like his other grass starter, which I'll get into later in this episode. But let's move on to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Ninetales. Ninetales, of course, is from first generation. It is the evolved form, the final evolved form of Vulpix, and it's a white fox with 9 tails. And the reason why I love Ninetales so much is because, okay, number 1, it's a fire type. Who doesn't like fire types? And number 2 is, to me anyways, I find it to be the most elegant and beautiful looking Pokemon out of every single one, even the ones that they've revealed for Generation 6, and it's just the cute sorry, not Vulpix, the cute sound or voice that Ninetales makes really makes me love this Pokemon, especially all the times you've seen them in the show. Coming in at number 2 is Raichu. Now, I know this reasoning may sound kind of dumb, but as some of you guys know, my name is Ryan, and my nickname, a lot of my friends call me is Rai, and that's, you know, the beginning of Raichu is Rai, more or less. Raya, Rai, you get the idea. And that's more or less, you know, the second favorite Pokemon I've ever had was Raichu, and not only because of, you know, obviously the nickname Rai, Raichu, blah, 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 was because Raichu has this, like, really cute look to him, but, you know, in a blink of an eye, he can look really badass. I think it's the shades of yellow and brown on him with the Thunderbolt tail that really makes him look badass, but yet at the same time still really cute. And not only that, but while everybody was loving up on Pikachu and it being their favorite Pokemon, blah blah blah, I didn't want to follow in everyone's footsteps and just like Pikachu because Pikachu, you know, was everyone's favorite. I wanted, you know, someone different. So that's why I enjoyed Bulbasaur, and of course I decided that Raichu was going to be a lot, well, one of my favorites, because it's obvious it's an evolved form of Pikachu. It's going to be a lot better than Pikachu, and I think everyone else is stupid for enjoying Pikachu. No, that's not true at all. But anyways, let's move on to our final top 5. Coming in at number 1 is Chikorita. Chikorita is, I believe, Generation 2's starter. Grass starter, of course, evolves into Bayleaf and Meganium, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember for some reason off the top of my head. And again, same thing. A lot of people didn't like Chikorita. They're all like, I don't even remember what the fire starter is in Johto in the second generation, but everyone was loving the fire and the water type, and it just wasn't for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm always finding myself training grass Pokemon. I don't know if it's the challenge or I just think they're cute, which is actually isn't true, because I find like 90% of the grass Pokemon are just fucking ugly or fucking stupid, especially in 5th generation. But that doesn't apply to just grass Pokemon. I think all final evolutions of the Pokemon in Generation 5 are fucking ugly as hell. They start off cute and adorable and they just turn into a pile of poop. You know, let's take, for example, Trubbish, who evolves into Garbodor. They're obviously, which is a garbage bag and then a pile of garbage. They're obviously running out of fucking ideas. But anyways, back on topic here. Chikorita, in terms of the show, not so much the game, because like I said, the starter Pokemon, at least the grass starter Pokemon, usually don't have stats that are up to par with other Pokemon in the game. At least I find anyways. Or sometimes it's not even the stats, sometimes it's just, you know, the move set, the move pool that they get. But with Chikorita, in terms of the show, it's just almost the same concept as Snivy. A very, very badass Pokemon who is just smart, you know, has lots of wits, and just is able to kick ass when you need it to kick ass. And that's pretty much why I love Chikorita. I mean, in the show, she was always loving and caring for her trainer, which, of course, is Ash Ketchum from Paddock Town. God, I sound like a fucking nerd. But anyways, guys, that's it for this week's Top 5. And as I said, we are going to do something a little different, and what that is, I'm going to let you guys choose what the next week's top 5 list is going to be. So here are your options. All you have to do is choose the one you want, option A or option B, and let me know down in the comment section below which one you would like to see me do next week. So option A is my top 5 hottest males, and option B, my top 5 hottest females. Now, of course, these were going to be from celebrities, not so much just, people down the street. Okay, so people that we would all more or less know. So once again, just leave option A or option B down in the comment section below, and the one that gets the most votes that I see anyways, I will do next week as promised. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave your comments, your ratings, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay dirty.